Hey guys, I'm Maribelle Moreno, and I am here to share my experience here on the 27th Hour podcast. This will be episode number 71.
Welcome. You're listening to the 27th Hour with Junior
and Dre Rocker.
Get ready, strap in, and hang on. Welcome to the club, bud. Okay, we're on the right track. So you good? What's our demographic going to be after this? I don't know. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
What? You can keep your mic off for sure. Okay. All right. That's fine.
You good, bro?
Yeah, we're all good.
We're all good. That's a nice distraction for the start of the show.
This is a good start.
No, that was fucking great. That was a good way to kick it off.
That was authentic.
That was pretty much live as it gets.
Yeah, very much right there.
What up, Maribelle?
I'm good. How are you?
Dude, the energy in the room is hype.
Very much. I love it. It's
What-
so chill in here.
What do you think? What did you think when you pulled up? Did you think, oh, shit?
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Pulling
Which
up to
one
your
is he?
house was already so fantastic to look at, by the way. It
Thank
looks
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And then walking in here is just a mood, like a good mood. It's a vibe.
When you walked by, did you think, thank you, by the way, did you think you were going to get stabbed in the corner over here
Yeah,
by Michael or Jason?
by someone.
'Cause
That's why I was like, hey, there's a cop here already.
by someone.
Thank God,
Oh, yeah.
there's a cop here, right?
Yeah, Brett Bateman's upstairs and getting tattooed right now. He's a great guy. He's a good guy. Kaysville cop. So if you're ever in Kaysville and get jammed up, let us know.
Okay, sounds good, actually.
Or if it's him, you're good. Just say, is your name Brett by the chance? He's all covered, sleeved up, and just say, yeah, I kind of go to the same shop. Can we just like let this ticket go?
Just be cool.
Just
Just let us
can we
slide like
forget
it
this
didn't
ever
happen.
happened? Be like, yeah, you're fine. Or he might lock you completely up. I don't know.
Oh, God. I
You
hope
might get
not.
shackled and hauled right because of being tied to this place. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to text Erica then. Oh, no.
God
They'll take
damn,
my
she's a
phone.
whip. Do you see that? You on it, man. That's a good move.
I just know to text Erica. She always provides.
She does.
She's always there.
How do you know this?
Because you have made it very clear she's always there, and it's true.
Okay.
Ever since
all right.
I've been here, she's always attended to my needs.
She does
Every
too.
time.
She's a big mama.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big mama. Not that way.
She's
She's not.
the mama bear to everyone.
Yeah, I think that's what I kind of meant. I'm glad that kind of
Yeah.
went that way. Not like big, like she's a big old fat mama.
No, of course not. She's a beautiful one.
She is. She's really good. So you you're one of our tattoo clients here
Yes, I have a couple.
from here. How did you find us again? How did you?
So my mom is best friends with Fanny.
Okay.
And Fanny told us about you,
There's,
and I got my Daith piercing.
that's
So
right.
that's the first time I met you.
That's right. How long ago was it? Do you remember how long ago that was?
3 years ago. 3
Damn, has
years
it been that long?
Yeah.
It's
And
been a
then-
minute, huh?
Yeah, and I got my first tattoo
Yeah.
like the second I turned 18. I came over here.
That's right. That's right. Was you in the basement?
Yeah, we were still in the
Holy
basement.
fuck, you were in basement days?
Yep, the couch and the TV.
Yo,
and
hear this
music.
out. If you're in the basement, you're an OG.
Well, then I'm an OG.
Like, that's OG. Because I didn't realize it was that. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
been a while, huh?
It's been a long time.
Good, man. That's
and
cool.
I'm still gonna come here.
I'm glad. The last time you were here, let's see, how long ago was that when we had our conversation? That was
August.
it August?
Mhm.
Damn, that was a while ago, huh? So August, we're up there tattooing. Now you're in the new studio where it counts more. You know what's funny though is
It's awesome.
going backward, everybody misses the basement
I know.
more.
I miss
And,
the
like,
basement.
everybody talks about it. They're like, there was a thing down there. It was, I don't know. There's something about it. Everybody
was
wants to go
like-
back, and I spent my life on that studio, all this unbelievable amounts of money and time, and everybody's like, can we go back in the basement? I'm like, fuck, are you serious, man?
It
What?
just
And then I'm going, yeah, you're right.
felt like home.
Yeah.
Like it just was home down there, and you made it feel like home. Not that it doesn't feel like that upstairs.
Right.
It's just more professional. Business professional.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Well said. Very well said.
But it
'cause
still looks fantastic.
You go down in there, and it's a homey vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of basement-y vibe. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can see that. You go up there, and it's all,
That's where it started, and then you see where you are now and the progress you made.
yes.
So I got to experience the homie part.
I didn't realize you were back that far. That makes me happier, or even more.
I'm glad. Yeah, you were still building it.
I forgot that you were
still-
that long ago.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I know.
Wow, that's been a while.
Long time.
So here we are, bringing to current day.
Yeah,
How's your day been? You good anyway? Everything good?
everything's good.
Just rocking and rolling?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back then, August, we're in there tattooing. We're up in the new studio, tattooing away. And I don't even remember how our conversation got going. Who knows with me? You never know. I don't know. Do you remember?
I do.
Do you?
I do. We were talking about your past,
Okay.
your previous marriage, and then it got into you like empowering Erica and your daughter. And then
That's what triggered.
And then Serena's podcast. And then that's how we got into it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
That's how it started.
I love it. I'm glad you can remember that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It'd be great if I would remember a thing or two, but
I'm surprised I did, actually.
that's really good.
I'm really surprised. But that was a very impactful conversation. That whole, like,
It was, huh?
like very much ink therapy session at that time. So, like, good conversation.
I'm glad.
Best conversation I've ever had.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you, man. I remember the conversation very well. Something about who I am forgets after and before completely. It's like nothing. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but when it starts, like I hit record or something. I don't know. Because I could almost recite everything else. Like when my brain knows it's time to pay attention or something, it will. I don't know if that makes sense. But
It does.
It grabs the meat of it and lets the rest of it, everything else kind of go. Because I'm tattooing as well.
Yeah.
So it's hard to
Focus on both.
do that.
Yeah.
And I'm getting so, you know, as well as anybody, that's why you're here, by the way. You know more than anybody how deep we can go and just start. But when I'm tattooing, it's hard to balance that, really. But I love what I do up there. And anyway, that's how we had our little thing. So it started with all of, I guess, that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you went into this story and then we'll get to all of it, this story, how it all went down. But this story that hit me so hard at the end, it was a long conversation, right?
Yeah.
And at the end, I thought, I was even scared not scared, but
Not sure how to ask.
yeah, hesitant to say without, because I don't want to offend you or make it seem in any way other than exactly what it is, other than, would you be interested in talking about to do this again on a podcast? Because I think your story will absolutely, anybody that will give this a second to listen to this will help them in more ways than one.
I hope so.
And people that have been through the same thing, the same unbelievable horseshit traumas will come out and talk about it and not be afraid to stand up and say something like way when it happens, not later, and hide it and repress. And so with all that, and it blows me away you are who you are today.
Thank you.
I don't know you every day or anything like that, but you're always every time I see you, you're so happy. You're so giggly. You always giggle. You're doing it now. I love it, man. It's so, it just sinks in more and more deeply all my belief of, I say it all the time, people that really, really, really have had unbelievable trauma in their life are always the most interesting. They always have the best attitudes. They're happy. They giggle. Like, you have so much to live for, and you know that. When really you don't. You could have went the other way and had almost weirdly an excuse for doing so.
Right.
But you choose to be sweet little Maribelle. It's happier than shit. It had giggly. So I think that's cool.
Thank you.
So now we'll get into your beautiful story. Beautifully tragic. It's just your story. All I know is I like you a lot. Yeah, I like you. I think you're beautiful. I think you're a beautiful person and your story. So that's all I mean by a beautiful story is it's horrible, but it's yours.
Yeah.
And I think you're cool. So I hope that makes sense. When I speak out like that, that's what sometimes I got to explain that because people, I think, take that a little goofy. So.
No, I completely understand what you mean.
So we're up there tattooing away.
Yeah.
People get in these little vulnerable states when they tattoo and we just start talking, right? Because we're nervous and we're scared. And I have that ability I just love to talk to people. And you told me this story. And you said, yes, I would love to tell this story again after tears and all this other stuff. And I was like, damn, this will be beautiful. So here we are.
I'm excited.
The hour and a half set the stage thing I just did there. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Walk us through however you want to, as good and as detailed as however you would like to do it.
Okay.
You just do your thing, and I'll help you in any way I can if you need it.
All right. So we got into this conversation about talking about, let's see, I was 6 years old. That's when you're like first grade, right? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. That's when I started to understand what was happening to me in a way, knowing that I'm aware of what's happening. I don't understand why, but I'm aware of it. You can't trust people in your family. Like, even, like, you never know. You just can never trust anyone. You can't leave anyone alone. Your kids. It's just scary.
When you think we should be able to, right?
When you think you would,
That's
right?
the people you trust is
because
your
that's
family.
Well,
It would never harm you.
in my case, that I didn't get that. My parents, loving. They've always been so loving. My brother, loving.
Put this closer to your face. You can pull it to you.
Closer.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry.
So we moved out here because I'm originally from Washington. I was born in Washington.
Okay.
So we moved out here because my aunt and my dad were going to open up a restaurant. So we were the only ones out here in Utah. So, of course, we're family. We're going to spend time with each other when we can. We're the only people we know out here. So we go hang out at my aunt's house because she has, like, this giant house. She has a trampoline. She has chickens. She has the whole 9 yards back there.
Mm-hmm.
She had 3 boys. You know how that goes now.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. So we were just always over there, and my aunt's oldest son, I think I was 6 years old. He was in high school. He's about 10 years older than me, I want to say.
So driving maybe 16-ish.
16, yeah, because I think he's about 27, 28 years old now. So yeah, probably 10 years older than me. He's a teenager. He's not good looking whatsoever, so he's a horny teenager.
Yep.
I was there. I'm the only little girl around. He's at school, not getting the attention he wants. So, he starts teaching me how to please him by like me touching him or him like putting his hands on me. So it started happening about 6 years old.
And you're young. You're 6.
Or at least that's
So
when I fathomed it.
Is that you don't even know how to process any of this at 6, do you?
No, I thought it was normal.
You're going in your head clearly. This is it. He's an older person. I look up to this person. He knows the way. He's showing me the way.
Right. That's what I thought.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So then school starts happening, and my dad has work early in the morning. So did my mom. So my dad would drop me off at their house, and they would take me to school.
So you're getting babysat there, kind of. Is that what you?
It was like a carpool. Like,
oh, okay.
Like 10, 15 minutes before school, because my dad had work, and so they would just take me to school because it's on the way to their kids' school as well.
Gotcha.
So, it was supposed to be my aunt driving and taking me, but instead, she let her husband take us because I don't assume anything wrong by that, right? Because that's my uncle.
Right.
He's supposed to be.
Again, another safe place.
Another safe person that I know, because I don't know anyone else out here. So
yeah.
My parents are they're kind of relying on each other to help take care of both families, because we know out there.
As you should be able to.
Right. So he starts taking me to school, and he drops his kids off first because they're in high school. So they started a little sooner than I did. I was in elementary school. So my uncle tells me, hey, jump in the front seat so you're not by yourself back there, and we can actually talk up here and listen to music. So I was like, okay, cool. I get to ride in the front seat. Because that's what every kid wants.
That's hype as hell. Yeah.
That's what every kid wants, is to ride in the front seat and see everything in front of them.
Be a big kid. Check it out. Wow.
Looks like
Thank
a roller
you.
coaster,
Yeah.
right?
So excited.
Yeah. Well, not so exciting, because then, like, eventually, and it happened slowly, but he'd be, like, tickling me or, like, poking me, and then eventually it just started going down my pants. Like, he'd make me, like, because it was, like, Velcro pants. I'm little still, so I still have Velcro pants. So it got to that point where he started doing that and trying to tickle me down there, like, going, woo, like that, like, with his fingers.
You remember this?
Yeah. Every time I see that, like, traumatizes me. Like the Itsy Bitsy Spider song, like, that motion just, like, freaks me out. So that's what he would do. That's how he would play it off. And my mom, she started talking to me, and she's like, don't ever let anyone touch you. Your dad and I, we're the only ones that are going to ever help you in anything you need, but don't let anyone. So I'm like, okay, so then why does my uncle do this? Why is he?
You said that?
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't understand. She was telling me, make sure this doesn't happen.
And you remember telling her, but why does this happen?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She was actually giving me a bath when she was explaining all that to me. And she got me out, wrapped me in a towel, sat down on the toilet, and she started crying. I didn't understand why. I'm like, why are you crying? Like, is everything okay? And she's like, he did what? So I had to explain. And then I was so confused. And I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. Like, I'm right here. Don't worry. Like, I'm not hurt. Like, and she was just crying. And after that, my mom, I don't know what happened, but we started going there less and less. Or if we did go, it was made sure it was very much supervised around my uncle. So that happened, and I started seeing less of him. And then my cousin, this was happening at the same time too. And with my uncle, this had been happening, I don't know, for a few weeks.
Every day.
It happened for, like, he would take me to school every day.
And it would
This happened for a while.
On the way to school.
So that's one part of the story. Second part being, and this is happening at the same time with my uncle, my cousin. Is
your uncle always just doing goofy things to you, or is he making you do things to him as well?
He was just doing it to me.
Just, okay.
On the drive to school.
Gotcha.
So sorry.
Don't be sorry.
My cousin, he was starting to touch me, and he was teaching me how to do what he wanted, which was hand jobs, blow jobs, kissing,
everything you should not be
right
even close to thinking about at 6 years old.
But he wasn't making me do it on him first. He made me practice on a stick. I don't know where he got the stick from. I just remember it was about this long. It was wooden, like this thick around. I don't know where he got the stick from, but he had a stick. And he goes, look, practice on this and do it like that. So I do it, and if I didn't do it the right way, he wouldn't hit me so hard where it wouldn't leave a mark and it would be questionable, if that makes sense. But he'd be like, no, not like that. Like, kind of tap, but it would be like pretty firm, hard enough. I don't know. But, so that's how I learned to do that. Yeah, it's hard.
This just keeps happening. Are you telling anybody about it now? Or is this all, you've told your mother already?
Yeah.
Now you're just kind of don't know what's going on and holding this in now. Now you're not going to talk about it much anymore.
Actually, yeah, I did talk to my aunt back in February about what her husband and son had done to me. because it was my grandpa's funeral. So, everyone's going to come together.
But to that point, had you talked really at all? You haven't told anybody from
No.
like 6 all the way to this last year, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well,
You bottled that up for so long.
I told one of my aunts on my mom's side of the family. So I'm talking about my dad's side of the family right now.
Okay.
So I came to someone on my mom's side of the family, came to her just in private, and she respected that I didn't want to talk about it because she had actually been through the same thing. So I talked to her about it, and I only told like a very small handful of people that I really trusted about it.
Same thing with the same 2 people were involved?
Yeah. Same 2 people. I only told a small handful of people, and most of that handful of people is people who can also relate to molestation and rape. So I knew I could come to them and talk to them about it.
Yeah.
They would understand how I'm feeling and why. So I talked to my aunt because she sat me down at the funeral or after the funeral and said, "You're my blood. I'll be there for you whenever you need. I know we don't talk very much, but I'm there for you." So after seeing my cousin, he was
The one that had done...
the one who hurt me. I saw him there, and so this is how I got into it. It's silly. It's really silly how this started, but my boyfriend was holding my dog, and he was like antagonizing my dog on purpose, like pissing him off. And I was like, if he bites your nose, I am not going to feel sorry for you. And then he just starts making all these unnecessary comments like, "Oh, I'm going to sue you then. If that was my dog, I would have opened the door and hoped it got ran over." So he's saying like comments like that. So the whole family was sitting around the table watching, seeing how I'm upset, and no one is saying anything. So I didn't feel very welcome. I didn't feel comfortable there. And they thought I was freaking out just over my dog, but they have no idea the reason why. And I realized that then that's my fault. So for the next 2 weeks after that, I was very uneasy still about what happened at my grandpa's funeral, after my grandpa's funeral. So I actually called my aunt. I asked my mom for her number, and I was like, I need to talk to her about something.
This is the mom
of my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the husband and the wife too.
This is my dad's sister.
Okay.
So I called her to let her know what her husband had done, that he's a pedophile, and that she raised her son to be that way too. Because I came to find out previously, and this is why I wanted to call, that my uncle, I'm not the first child that my uncle has touched on my dad's side of the family. So that's why I wanted to do the phone call.
Really?
Yes. That's why I wanted to call her, because I was still so uneasy about what happened. And then I find out information that I wasn't the first, and I was not the last.
How did you find that out?
Well, like
just
at funerals,
digging
everyone's
and
just
talking.
kind of talking, yeah.
How many do you think there were?
So I'm aware of 4.
Holy hell, are you serious?
That I'm aware of.
All women, little girls.
All little girls. So there's my dad's 3 cousins when they were little.
And they remember it.
Yeah.
And they didn't talk about it either.
Nope. And the 4th one kind of shocked me. My dad's younger sister, and so I'm talking about my dad's older sister is the one who I have a problem with. They both have another younger sister who was also molested by him.
Jesus.
So I was aware that she was aware of this. So that got me thinking, was she aware that he was hurting me? Did she not ever put that into her head when she was letting him take me to school? Because she was aware of this. And out of the 4 girls, no one said anything at all. This family is the type to sweep everything under the rug and just never been spoken of because it's family.
So that's So that makes it okay to not talk about it because it's family. That makes a lot of sense.
Right?
It's really sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying not to get in the car and take a ride.
No, me too. It's taking a lot of me too. This is why I was excited to do this. It's like my first step.
I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of that for you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. It's not like I have.
Yeah.
I am though. I think
you.
it's so courageous, man. It's not trying to start no charge or lead something, but I think it's so healthy for your little heart to heal and get this out.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to tell my own family. I can tell everyone I don't know. You know
and how many people is this happening to right now?
Who knows? You never know. Oh, like in my family or just in
No,
general?
like it's happening. You know it is.
It's sad.
It's disgusting.
It's horrible.
And
it's evil.
It knows no rule. It knows no sex, like male, female, age, none of it. It doesn't matter. It's happening. Yeah. So I hope this can help somebody go, I'm going to say something. What can you do, right? You're 6. How does it feel to not be believed? Like, why didn't your mom do something? When you were so little and you're like, Mom, it's okay. I'm picturing that. When you said that story, I went there. You're comforting your mom, telling her, I'm not hurt. It's okay. Why didn't we?
So.
Because it's family?
I think.
Because we're going to this is okay and go away?
I'm not completely sure what was said.
Were you not believed?
So, I don't know. Because I told my dad in February right after that phone call. I kind of told my dad because I feel like he felt that my mom was exaggerating my story, or maybe that my mom was maybe lying about it because there's been issues in the past. So I think that I don't know. I don't know. I haven't asked. It's kind of hard to talk about these kind of things. But
you do it so strong here.
I'm trying.
You've did it so strong up there. I was blown away.
Thank you. I don't know. I feel like I needed to tell my dad, but I was afraid to tell my dad because that was his side of the family, and I didn't want to be disrespectful because we were close with that side of the family.
You don't want to be disrespectful.
I didn't want.
Did you hear that?
I didn't want to feel like I was disrespecting my dad because we were so close, and he was like he was like a father figure uncle to.
You're trying to justify this.
No, I'm not.
Lady,
No, this
you were
was
hurt. This is so sad.
But that's how I felt.
I know. I feel so bad.
Then.
I feel so bad for that. You have no idea. That's so sad.
Well,
I want that to be heard. That's not good.
Well, that I already expressed that to my dad.
Damn.
A couple hours actually before today. And he
really.
I did. I told him like I really don't. Like, if you do end up listening to this, I don't want you to feel disrespected. That's not my intention. I'm just telling my experience. And he was very supportive. He was very, very supportive. And he said,
good for him.
You have one mom and one dad, and that's all that matters. You need to say what you got to say. You do you. Everyone will understand. And if not, you said what was the truth. So I did. I got that now, but I didn't understand that back then.
Look
so
how long that is. That's what's crushing my soul
years.
right now. That is, you've had that long to try to create who you are. And it's on lies and it's on sadness and disgusting things. And I don't know how you would even trust a human alive. I have no idea how you would do that and be so vulnerable. And like you have every right to be quite the opposite of all of these things. And you're so put together, and it appears anyway, Mary. It totally appears that you're put together. Are you a put together person?
I would say so.
I say so too. How did you do that?
I didn't let it affect me. I used to watch shows with my mom, and so I'd see all these girls going through that and like drug addictions and living out on the streets, and I don't know, I guess watching those kinds of real shows, which are depressing as hell to me today. I don't even like watching them. But because I watched those shows with my mom, it really helped me. So I didn't want that for myself. I never wanted that. And I always got the encouragement from my parents. Go to school, like do this. I was guided right by my parents. So unfortunately, like what happened to me, I don't blame them at all, because
Right.
it was more like a game to him. Like it was a game to do it while family was there. Because like I said, we'd go over to their house, we'd watch soccer games, football games, dinner, just whatever. It was like always on the weekends. So it was like almost a game to do it behind their backs and laughing at them. So it just didn't,
So I'm just going to ask it, and I don't even care what people think about it. Do they not believe you? How does your father not go put a bullet between someone's eyeballs right now? If they must not believe you. And that makes me sad if that's true.
He believes me. He definitely does.
But
nothing has been done.
Right. That's what I'm not happy about.
I'm the only one. Like I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
This was a huge step for
I
me.
appreciate you. That's why you're here.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I think it's beautiful.
This is like
You're not
my
going to come out
first
here and
step.
do this and tell this elaborate story to be what are you doing? You're healing your heart, right? You're not lying this story out here.
Yeah. Well,
When you told me that, it changed my whole everything. I was like, are you serious? Like, you told me you hadn't talked to anybody about this before. And you're just going to make up some story? I don't believe it. I felt every word of it.
yeah.
So I'm saddened by why I don't know.
13 years. It took me 13 years to say something.
So are you believed? Do they believe you? They just don't want to hear it. They want it to go, what are we doing here?
Do you mean like my family?
Yeah.
Other than my parents?
Your parents. So do they not believe you?
I haven't said anything to them. But
Oh.
my aunt is the only one I talk to. And after the phone call I had with her, which was, I remember, 42 minutes. It's a 42-minute conversation I will never get back.
So your parent, he doesn't know then.
No, they know.
Okay.
They do know. But I took it upon myself to call my aunt,
Gotcha.
which was a 42-minute phone call I will never get back of my life, by the way. That pissed me off even more. That didn't make me feel any better.
She's denying it's all true,
She was justifying it.
justifying it. So
By
she accepts
saying-
it, but she's justifying it.
Yeah, she was saying, well, my kids have been through that too. And I said, then why does it make it okay that they ruin another child's life? I don't even know if I'm the only one with my cousin, her son. So she was justifying it. And she said that she had been through it too in the family. So I'm like, then don't you think this should be talked about? Because I guess what happened to her with the person in the family was like shunned away. Because everyone's just swept under the rug. Unless you did them wrong, then you're just shunned away and you got to go quietly.
What's making me upset is to say this isn't happening still and more. It needs to be stopped.
That's okay. So I asked her that because she has a younger daughter. She's, I want to say 13.
It doesn't
12,
go away.
13.
That creepy little thing doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't.
They want more of it. I doubt that it's stopped.
Exactly. So her older son still lives at home with them and their younger daughter and her husband, who she is still married to, by the way. I asked her, I'm like, have you talked to your daughter
Yeah, how old
about
is
this?
she?
She's like 13, I want to say.
She needs
She's
to-
old enough.
Yeah.
Where I feel like she's old enough that she should know that she's living under a roof with two pedophiles.
Maybe things are happening and she doesn't want to talk about it.
So I asked my aunt that, and she goes, well, I've told her, I've talked to her about it. She knows. So I'm like, okay, that's not what, you didn't answer my second question. Does
Right.
she know that she's living under a roof? Does she know her dad has done this before? Does she know that her big brother has done this to other little girls before? And she goes, well, no. And I said, then maybe you should have that conversation with her and see if she's comfortable even living there. 'Cause on the other side of the wall is her big brother. I don't even feel comfortable with that.
Maybe you should call her.
I should, but
See
who's
if
going
she'll
to let
talk
me
to you.
talk to her? Who's going to let me talk to her?
Does she not have a phone?
She does, but the only way I could get her phone number is through her mom. And I'm not trying to talk to her ever again.
I'd be surprised if she would talk to you. I really think this is really not good. I think this is scary. I think this is sad. I don't know how you've just rolled through it the way you have. And I say that loosely because you're so put together. You don't
Thank you.
lose it when you tell this story. You're just, you didn't tell me this up there for attention or for, I feel your heart when you said it. And I was like, this ain't cool. You're like, but it's okay. I'm good. I moved through this. You weren't up there trying to start some charge and once again, like making a thing of it. And I want to go get him. And no, you were just like getting it off of your chest or something. It felt like, and I was like, damn, man. So to me, it's just more believable all the more. You're not trying to do anything. You really needed to talk about it. And I thought it was so cool that you did that.
Yeah. I don't need to stoop down to his level and be like, I'm going to go get him. This is
right.
The way I can go and get him is by talking about it and hope to God that he listens to it somehow that this gets to him, even if I just, I don't know if I want to be petty and like tag his aunt once this is out or something. I don't know.
You're such a stud, man. Wow.
I don't want to like go to that level of petty, but I do at the same time because I want it to be heard, because my whole dad's side of the family doesn't know. They still don't know. They have, and I feel like if I did tell them, I wouldn't be believed or heard.
And I feel that from you. I believe that not going after them or not doing anything about it is so healthy in one side of it. But it's so unhealthy in the fact that what if it's still happening? And this needs to be fucking said. And these disgusting pigs I can feel your heart saying, you know what, I'm cool with that, because I feel that. I feel what you're saying. You've healed it. You're like, I forgive them. You forgive, man. You're powerful. Forgiving is so dope.
I'm working on it. I haven't gotten there yet.
Right?
I'm still pretty pissed off. I'm still in like my pissed off phase right now, but I'm working through that on my own.
No, I respect that.
I'm not letting it affect my everyday life.
It's noticeable. It's so noticeable.
Thank you.
It just makes it so believable and so powerful that you're not in this anti thing and trying to go do this thing, and you're so humbly quiet and about it. But man, the other half, I'm like, fuck, let's get these people. I know. Are they still doing this?
Oh my God, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with any of this other than I think it needs to be heard.
It does.
What would a little girl do? And looking back, you told your mom that's your safest person you know. What do you do? What else can people do? They talk about it. You need to talk about it. Don't ignore it. Say something.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You did that, right? I mean,
she did what she could.
Yeah.
Like I said, it caused issues. Of like arguing between the side of like the whole family, like fighting my mom basically. So my mom was never really on good terms for a long time with that side of the family. So because I came to my mom and I didn't like go to my dad, I think they just thought that she was like exaggerating the story. But if that side of the family was aware of my uncle doing that to 4 other girls, their daughter, my grandparents' daughter included.
See, why aren't they in prison? See?
I don't know.
It's not okay.
It's like
we're justifying it, and it's like, Mom and Dad, now fuck that. This fucking puke needs to be in prison.
Yeah, he does.
This is disgusting.
Well,
it's not right. That's why I'm just trying to be very calm. This is not okay.
I've tried the whole going to cops before with a different person, and that didn't work. So
it's happened before to you? Or again, I mean?
Yeah.
And you're okay. So you're like, I've tried it before and it didn't work. Are you serious?
Yeah.
People will listen to you, Mary. I promise you, people will listen.
Yeah.
This is horseshit. Don't accept this. Don't accept this. You don't accept things like that.
Well.
You fucking go and you find a different door and you kick it down. Like, fuck this. If they're not listening, someone will.
Actually, 2 doors were open when this happened in high school. When I went to the cops, well, I was actually forced to go to the cops because I was trying not to say anything again. Because I'm dumb like that.
You're not dumb.
My friends literally tricked me. And they were like, we're going to go get breakfast. It'll be fine. We're going to talk about what happened so you can calm down and explain everything. Explain the story. No, they tricked me and they took me straight to the police station. And I found out through a cop that he had 12 pending charges.
This person?
Yeah. So went to the cop, and then I think they involved CPS. The cops called CPS. So I had to call CPS or talk to them, and they said I didn't look sad enough. And it wasn't true. And his side of the story was different, and the other party's side of the story was different. So they dropped it all together, even though there's already 12 against him. So that's why I don't try to go to the cops even now with my cousin, because what are they going to do 13 years later with no proof other than my story?
What I keep hearing is nobody believes you. This is what I hear. I'm not going to say anything. Nobody's doing anything or believes me anyways. That's what I hear.
Because I don't
Is
look
that true?
sad
See?
and I don't look affected
So
by
the answer is
it.
yeah. You agree with that.
I don't feel hurt.
That's how you feel. Thank you.
That's
all
why
I'm
I'm
saying.
here. That's why I'm saying I appreciate you, because I don't feel heard.
You're heard. You're heard.
But I apparently not.
Apparently
because
not.
I don't look sad. I don't look like a drug addict. I don't look like an alcoholic.
There's a look for this. There's a look for.
I guess appearances, according to CBS, she didn't look sad enough. That was literally.
Listen, if you're lying about this, shame on you to the end of time.
I'm not.
You
I
seriously would
promise
come
you.
here and do that and make yourself look like a clown? No, I don't believe that.
No,
I really don't. See what I mean? This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. You are very heard by me.
thank you.
It's sad to me that it's okay in your head. It's just okay. Because it's okay. It's not fucking okay. This is disgusting and I hate it and it's so sad. I'm glad that you moved on though. I think it's so cool. Your heart is so, you're like rock and roll. I respect that more than you'll ever know because I'm that way too. I fight, just let it go. It's fine. But it's not
As
okay.
much as I don't
to
want to let it go, I went to the people who I'm supposed to go to.
right.
Actually, I was forced to, and it still didn't really go in my favor. So
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Because you didn't look something, you didn't act something, you didn't do something right.
No.
Psychology day. This is weird.
Well, there was a friend involved as well, and the story was just very different from what actually happened.
The high school thing.
Yes. So with that story, that's when I went to the cops. All three of our stories were different.
That could make a cop not believe it.
Right. So that was another factor in it. And at the time, I didn't understand why her story was different. I chose to believe otherwise because I was like, well, she's a friend, I'll trust it. I don't know.
And they all should be the same story because you guys were all right there together kind of thing.
Well, I feel like both my friend and I's story should have been pretty similar.
Yeah.
Or about the same point.
Yeah.
We already know his story would be completely different, so that's just a lost cause right there.
But you and your friend's story should have been the same. You were there.
Yes.
They were there. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's weird why they would do that.
I mean, I do have a thought, but I never understood to this day. It's kind of silly. She was going to Disneyland. She didn't want to get in trouble.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
See?
So stories were different there. And I was angry. I was like tracking her down at school, trying to fight her and trying to like, why?
God. So yeah, no one's going to believe it if they're not going to say the same thing. Not going to happen.
Yeah. So I caused like a huge scene. I had two people like grabbing me before I could get to her because I was like tracking her down, going to her friends, like, where is she? Where is this girl? So
Did that kid get in trouble? Yeah, I guess. He had 12 other pending charges, you said?
So I found out he got arrested a couple years ago because he stole a gun out of a car. Like he broke into a car to steal a gun. But the other 12 rape and molesting charges were, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. Obviously nothing if he got arrested for something completely different even years later.
So what are people to do, right? What is your advice? What would you say then? Because it just fires me up and there's really nothing I can do. What do people do? We just let this happen?
So
I can assure you one thing. If my daughter come to me with this, there would be something happening. Something would happen for sure. So I don't know. Like I'm just asking what could somebody do differently? You know what I mean? What if my daughter brought me that? We're having a thing for sure. Someone's gonna be, and we're gonna figure this out. You know what I mean? I don't know. That frustrates me.
the solution for me was I had to move schools. That was the only solution because we all went to the same school. So
And that's okay. It's just that's fixed now. We're good. We moved schools.
yeah,
The trauma in here is still alive for you.
yeah.
You still have all that.
I had a choice between 3 different schools. That's it.
What about all this trauma in your head?
It all got dropped.
You just let it go. You just move.
I mean,
You just forget it.
I did what I thought was right, which was going to the cops.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. So I just changed schools and started fresh at a new high school with new people. And I think, honestly, it worked out moving schools. I'm actually grateful for it.
Sure.
Because I know had I stayed at that school, still seeing them, I know for a fact, because I did drink with my friends and I did smoke weed. Sorry, Mom and Dad, I did. Sorry. I was responsible about it.
Sorry, I was a kid. Sorry, I'm a kid and we do dumb shit.
I'm good now though. Yeah. So not all the time. I was a responsible dumbass. Let me say that. And they can confirm I was never late for curfew.
You're a kid.
Not even 1 minute late. I'm not even kidding you. I was never ever late.
Really?
Never.
I can see that.
I've never been grounded. I'm telling you, I was a good kid. I didn't do anything bad, and if I did, I was responsible about it.
Right.
So, yeah, I just lived my life, went to new school. That was it.
What do you tell somebody then? What advice do you give to somebody? Is there or is this just something you just want to come say and be done and bounce out of here? Like, what do we have to give right here? You
need to talk about it.
And don't stop.
Don't stop until you are heard, until you are believed, because I don't feel heard or believed. That's why I'm here. So I think you just, even if it's one person, one trusted person, it needs to be heard. It needs to be said. Something needs to be done. It just can't keep going on because you're going through this experience. And like you said, what if it's still going on? That's $1 million question.
People are, I'm sure of it. I'm certain of it. You can't just, maybe I could see somebody doing it one time and it being, oh shit, and I don't know, but habitually and over, and there's only two things. It's either true or it's not true that this happened. If it happened, this is not fucking okay.
Right.
And nor is the other one. Nor why is this happening in the world and it's okay? It's not. You guys aren't heard. I don't understand this.
But if you don't feel heard, don't let it affect you. Let it empower you. Know your self-worth. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it pull you down, because that's giving that person that satisfaction, that win, that trophy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Kick another door in. When you tell somebody and they don't listen, go to the next one.
Exactly.
Like you said, that's it then. Keep talking. Don't be quiet about it. Mm-hmm. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
You should not be touched in any way. You do not ask to be, whatever, consent to. At 6, there is no such thing as consent. No, this is no. We don't do this.
Yeah. Well, I didn't start understanding I didn't start coming to terms with it until I hit junior high. I think it was 12 years old.
Right. At that age, you don't even know.
So I thought the whole time it was
That's
normal.
Just normal.
I was manipulated. Hey, if you say anything, they're going to take me away and they're going to take you away too. That's how I was manipulated to not say anything, which is why I didn't for so long.
Jesus.
But when I got to junior high, that's when I was like, wait a minute, that's not normal. That's not right.
Do you remember it clicking? Do you remember any of that? Holy shit, did it just hit you hard one day, or did you just remember it kind of happening? There wasn't one click that made it pop.
It happened slow for me throughout time. I was just
this is weird.
Pretty much all through 7th grade, because I was just learning things, meeting new people, learning new words. I was an innocent kid too. So
when you're maturing and you're also coming into
exactly
that same thing that kid was in, right? Maybe that. Yeah.
I just started thinking of the moments that I was in with him. Yeah. Getting flashbacks to the moments that he was touching me, or I was with the stick in my aunt's couch at her house with my whole family down there, my dad, mom, and brother. This would happen at my grandma's house too. It just happened everywhere. So I just started thinking of those moments, and
so it flashes back then.
Yeah, I was just back in that moment, and I'm I can
what do you do?
Those giant gorilla hands. It's disgusting. I don't like thinking about it, which is why I don't let it. But I don't want to let it affect me, because if I just cringe all day, I'm not gonna go anywhere in life letting it do that.
It's hard to see how you do that, though. I applaud you. I really do. I do.
Thank you.
Maybe that's why you're not believed. You said it yourself. Maybe that's why nobody's believing you, because you're okay with it. But I don't think you're just going to make up this story.
No.
I really don't. I really, you know what I mean? But yeah, you bounce out. See, I see both sides of that. But so yeah, just be depressed forever and look like shit and be sick, and then people will believe you. No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course
man.
I think about it. Of course
sucks.
it makes me sad. But
Yeah.
I do that. I don't like feeling or showing my vulnerability to anyone. Like, at all.
Why did you do
not
it to
my
me
thing.
up there? That's why we're doing this show. That was more vulnerable than I've ever seen anybody. Why did it click there, right? Why did you do that? Why did you let it down in front of me?
You just made me feel heard in the way you were talking about how you empower your wife and your daughter and just women in general. I just felt so comfortable around you instantly.
Wow.
I didn't feel not that I get a creepy vibe from all the guys I meet, but I didn't get any vibe where I couldn't talk to you about it, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
And
There's other people just like that you can do all this to.
Yeah.
That will help you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at with the whole thing. There's only a handful of monsters. Guys are good people. There's so many good people out there that are so going to do anything they can to. So thank you for being open to me. However that happened, I'm just an honest human. So I'm not even a good guy. I'm really not, but I'm honest. And I'm so, I'm glad that helped. I'm so glad that helped you. I hope it helped so much.
It really did. It really did. And I'm grateful that you introduced me to Serena too. I got to go on her podcast and talk about it.
Yes.
This was awesome.
Was it fun?
So much fun. She's
fun,
awesome.
But it is what it is, but fun. And you did it.
Fun meaning it's my first podcast and I had no
idea
what the heck I would. Yeah. I had no idea what the heck to do. She was super sweet and patient with me. So yeah, it was fun in that sense. And then like talking about it was hard, but I was able to do it. And come here again and do it.
That's awesome. And she's a girl. She's a female. And she has other story. I don't know if you guys related because that episode isn't out yet.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was going to come out, but I think ours is going to come out before that one even.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So this will come out before hers.
Awesome.
So but either way, did you guys share back and forth her experiences as well? Because you poor girls go through stuff. Guys do too. Men do too. But dare I say, that's horrible. I don't know if it happens as much. I don't know. It seems to be more this, but I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I've never had a guy tell me something like that before, but I've had several women say it.
I feel like women speak up more than guys would.
You're probably 100% correct.
Which is really sad.
Touche. You're probably right. They just hold it forever.
Because maybe that wouldn't make them feel like a man, or
It's not okay.
It's not okay. And if that's happened to a guy before, you need to speak up too. You have a voice. You need to be heard, especially when it comes to this.
I think that's where a lot of our mental illness stuff is stemming from. Maybe that's another vague statement, but I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. People bottling up things that they should not, like talk about things.
Well, my aunt was right. One of her sons did apparently go through that, and he hasn't said anything.
One of the boys?
One of her kids, yes.
It's a boy kid?
Yeah, they're my cousins, not her older son, but her younger son was hurt. I don't know by who, but he was molested. And I know that I'm not supposed to know that, but things are said, especially when I'm going through the same thing.
It's like it's being it's quiet, and it shouldn't be.
He doesn't know that his dad is a pedophile.
It should be so loud. I would be screaming. I say that.
It's hard because I have to also keep in consideration of their kids' feelings, because they don't know that their dad and brother are like that.
But it's a criminal offense.
I
don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I respect every word you say, but these pigs need to be in trouble.
I know.
Regardless of anybody's feelings. It's sad.
I don't consider her my aunt anymore, because I feel like she's aware of what happened.
Yeah.
And she justified it. So I don't really consider her my aunt anymore. And I was asked, how was she the perpetrator? How was she involved in this? Because she knew. I feel like she definitely knew and did nothing. She was aware of the women, the little girls in her family, her cousins and her own sister. So that's why I feel that type of way with her, because I feel like she knew about me with her husband, maybe not her son, but her husband.
So you just move on. We just move on.
No, I want this to be heard.
But you do. You've just moved on. Look at you. You're just okay. What do people do? You just keep talking, right?
Yeah.
Keep saying something.
Like, I want this. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to be like, I don't know if this would be petty of me to like tag her in once, because I'm going to post about this too once it's out.
No,
So I don't know
it's
if
not
that
petty.
would be super petty and like tag her and be like, listen, you didn't listen to me. I have other people
Hear
here
this now.
to listen to me now.
Yeah, hear this now.
And I'm talking about you and your son and your family and your husband.
Look, you ain't saying no names. You haven't
Yeah.
said no names. That's okay. They know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that. I know, I'm telling you right now, if my daughter come to me, I would chase this down as hard as any human alive would chase it down, and I would make justice of my own. I say that. I haven't lived through this, but I swear to God, I want to do it for you. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
It's
coming
so
to him.
sad, and it is, and they've got it so hard right now.
Getting karma. He's going nowhere in life. He's almost 30 years old. He lives with his parents and he works at his dad's restaurant. He's going nowhere. He didn't
just
even
pray.
graduate high school. He got a GED. Like life is already coming to him.
So this is the both of those dudes. So the dad owns a restaurant.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need to
Go have dinner.
go have dinner.
Go have dinner. I don't even know how to go about all this because I'm getting emotionally protective over it all and being.
Let's take a trip to Colorado.
And it's not to say less. It's not okay.
No.
And one way of your little heart is saying it's okay. The other, it's not. The other, it is. It's kind of everywhere. I understand why. You shouldn't have had to have all this in that young of an age. It should have been handled for you. Your dad heard this. It should have been, fucking, we are going to get to the bottom of this right now. Right? And then, Mary, you would have been protected. You've never been protected. So you have this in your heart of, it's okay. Things are going to be okay. That's not how it works. You need to be protected. You need to have somebody stand up for you that will. Because as a child, you did that. You did what you did, and you should. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
You've done nothing wrong. I hope you're not taking it that way.
No,
at all.
I know. I understand.
I'm not. I'm mad at the people that did not protect you. I'm mad at that. That's not good. You need to be heard and really listen to and know that even if say you were telling a lie, at least it doesn't look like to me anybody looked into it hard enough to find out. So like, I don't understand that. If your daughter come to you, what would you do? Are you going to let this kind of chill in? Maybe I'm overreacting.
Man. You know my history with my best friend that was raped and murdered. I hold a lot of this stuff like close to my heart, you know what I mean? And I have a 1-year-old daughter. She'll be 1 on the 7th. And I already don't trust a lot of people. Only 2 people watch my kids. It's my dad and my stepmom. And I rely on my son that's 8 years old to watch his brother and sister as well. There's only so much that we can do as parents. Right? But something that I feel like we have to do, and that's in our nature, is to protect. You know what I mean? I don't know what your parents are thinking. I wasn't in their shoes. I don't know what that means. Maybe they were brought up a certain way where, like you said, sweep it under the rug. But if it's me, I'm getting to the bottom of things.
And I'm telling you, said that's even a good perspective. Maybe this is just it's a thing. It's okay. And your superiors are like, you were taught this is kind of the way it works. And that's maybe where I'm being misunderstood. The way I'm speaking, I think, is I'm telling you from a normal human being's brain, this is not okay. None of it is okay. The way you were raised is not okay if they think that's okay. If it happened, this is not okay by a normal human's thing. But maybe your parents, that's okay. They were raised to be things. We kind of don't let this go here. No, that is not the way it works. But now you know that. I hope you know that even for your future. You're like, no, fuck that. You're going to have a little baby girl and you're going to be like, talk to me, sweetheart. Everything,
So-
you know what I mean? Uh-oh, what's so?
Now I have for the last few years, because I haven't felt heard. When I don't feel heard, I make it heard.
Yeah.
And everyone around me who knows me knows I'm going to say, even if it's harsh, it's the truth. I'm going to say
Good.
what I feel, and I will yell. Sorry, my boyfriend knows. If he doesn't listen and I don't feel heard, I will make it heard in any way, shape, or
I've
form.
watched you
I will.
interact with him. I've seen it.
Right?
Yeah.
If I don't feel heard, I will make it heard.
Good for you.
So,
I hope you do.
and I do get very easily irritable when I don't feel heard. So
Good.
now that has been my life lesson from
That's
that
your
experience.
strength out of it.
I'm gonna make myself heard.
Good.
In any way. So
Damn.
that's what I've learned.
Well,
That's
that's
what
about
I've
as positive
taken.
as you could get out of that, I guess. Really. What was you going to say?
I was just gonna ask, how? I mean, you mentioned a boyfriend. How have you, after I believe, was it 13 when the last thing happened, or was it in high school?
Yeah,
So
seventh
it's
grade.
high school. So
Oh, that was in high
I
school.
started realizing in 7th grade what happened to me when I was little, when I was 6
And
years
then
old.
It happened again.
And then it happened again when I was 16 years old at the homecoming dance at my high school. First dance I had ever been to as well.
So how do you navigate being in a relationship from there?
I explained when I got together with him, I just explained like, hey, I'm not going to do anything with you. I'm not going to jump into things with you right away. And I explained why, and he was very, very understanding, and he actually related related.
But how
in
did
a
you have
sense,
this? How did you have those skills to do that though? See, I think he's
because
asking
I
a great
needed to
question.
be heard. It needed to be said.
You built the own thing in your head to say you're going to set up your own protective boundary now. You're not hiding.
No.
How did you heal all of that? You went through all that with no help.
Yeah, I just.
You were
didn't
not
let
taught
it-
this.
No,
That's
I didn't.
really weird. That's cool.
I don't let it affect my everyday life, and I'm not going to let it affect my relationship either, because that's separate. I
How do you
obviously,
set- That's fucking amazing.
I obviously got with this person because I felt safe, because I felt protected,
How did you know safe or protected? From 6 years old all the way, you've been.
because
None
he
of
made
the-
me feel that way. I had those little.
You can just
butterflies and I
disconnect
felt-
this thing. You've learned. You disconnect all of that.
Yeah, he wasn't
It's
the one
fucking
to-
unbelievable.
Because to me, it almost seems like that's exactly what you gravitate to for somebody to take advantage of you.
Exactly.
Right? So I mean, for you to feel that way, that's where I'm like, how do you drop that guard? How do you, even if they make you feel comfortable, because the cousin made you feel comfortable,
Yeah,
the
you
uncle made you feel comfortable.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just knew. I just knew when I saw him. I felt protected. He heard me when I was talking.
But your cousin, you don't know protected. Obviously, you just have figured it out because you were
Well-
a young girl. You were around protected people that will help you, and they did bad things. That should be an automatic no more giving anybody.
But I also
You know what I mean?
had
That's
my
not really.
brother and my dad. My dad didn't know about anything until I told him just a few months back. So it's not like I was never protected. They had no idea.
Right.
See, that's
My
where
br-
I'm confused, because did mom not tell him when you told mom at 6?
No, she did. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why it wasn't believed, because my mom did have issues with that side of the family. So they didn't really like her very much either. So they just thought maybe she was lying. I don't know. So that's why it took for me to tell my dad, which was really hard to do. He asked me when I first told him, why didn't you come to me with this sooner?
Right.
I said, I'm struggling telling you about it now at 20 years old. How am I going to tell you when I start understanding in junior high?
God.
Years
damn.
later.
I can only imagine being in your head, bro. That's intense.
So,
That's-
but I was never not protected. I have a very overprotective brother. He's very overprotective. He bought me a taser and pepper spray. Very protective. That's all. It's the small
keep it
things. It's the
close.
little things that make me. So he made me feel protected, and make sure but like I don't know, he's just very protective. My dad was always protective.
You somehow just went through this and healed yourself, though. That's really weird. That's cool.
I had
to know that traumatic thing, you worked through that. Wow.
I didn't understand. I'm telling you, I didn't understand what was going on until about junior high. And
Right.
at that point, it was like already years later. So what do I do about it now? Like, I'm a happy person now.
Right.
So am I
That's
going to
so
let that
cool.
affect me when I'm happy right now?
No.
And I'm having I'm in junior high. I have more freedom than I did in elementary school, you know?
It's just,
So-
I don't know how normal it is. That's all. It's really cool.
It's weird.
Look,
That's
I'm
why
praising
I
you.
don't feel heard either.
I'm
'cause,
praising
like,
you. I think it's great. It's just not right. But I don't know how you went through that.
It just felt normal. It's gross, but it felt normal. It felt normal. And I was already a happy kid. I was having fun in junior high. Why let that affect me?
When you it sounds like you got a lot of support from the boyfriend that you're with now. What did he think about you telling your story to the world?
He was very supportive of it. He thought it was an amazing idea. He actually sat right next to me.
Yeah, he did in Serena's, didn't he?
With Serena, yeah. He was holding my hand the whole time and very supportive. He's always been supportive. And he said, as long as, if this is something that I need to do, then I need to do it for myself. So,
Bravo.
yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, I wish I could. Your brain needs to be understood and patented and like shown. Like, this is all you have to do. Look, just heal. You're okay. And you move. And then, but oh my God, damn. I'm so glad for you. I'm just so mad at that.
I appreciate you telling your story.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about meeting with like a bigger organization? They get more involved in like the community for other girls that's going through this and other dudes too?
I honestly, that would be such an amazing opportunity. So that way everyone feels heard. Like everyone just needs to feel heard. And if there's a way that I can make that happen, that would be the best achievement ever.
You're doing it right now. You're doing it. And you need your own show immediately. And you can start talking to people about this. I think that is the best thing in the entire universe that's ever happened right there. Is you start somehow, right?
Right.
Start your own thing, talking about this and making it a thing and talking to other people about it, getting their story out anonymously over the phone or
anything.
You could take calls through your board and, you know what I mean? And do that, man, and let people be heard. And when you be heard, how did it feel to be heard by almost a complete, not a stranger, but a stranger, as somebody that you don't know or trust or you know, but how, you know what I mean? How did it feel to do that? Was that you could do that for somebody else?
I was completely shocked when you asked if I wanted to be on your podcast and gave me Serena's number. I was completely shocked. I was like, I felt heard. I don't know. I came to that realization right now that I felt heard that day.
Imagine doing that for somebody else.
I know.
You can do this.
It's like the best feeling in the world. And then coming on 2 podcasts because of you, because of that ink therapy session, which was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Best conversation ever. And it was amazing how focused you were on the tattoo and my conversation at the same time. I praise you for that, by the way.
Thank you. It's
and that awkward sitting that we were sitting in too, the angle.
God, I know, because it's up on your shoulder.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
It looks dope though.
It does look dope. It's a cool tattoo. And we're going to keep sleeving that thing out, hopefully.
And both on this arm too.
Both arms?
Yeah.
You're going to be covered up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's your story.
Yeah.
Have you been back to Washington?
To Washington State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went actually 2 weeks ago.
What city are you from?
Kennewick in the Tri-Cities.
I lived on the hilltops.
Oh, did you?
I was in Tacoma.
Oh.
I grew up in Portland for 10 years. So
I miss it up there. Yeah. It's beautiful up there.
Are you where are you going to plant roots, or do you even know? How do you go through? Are you making plans? Are you wanting
Utah?
Husband,
Utah's
kids,
home.
gonna stay here, gonna do your thing? This is it. This is roots.
Yeah.
Cool.
Utah's home.
Utah's cool, man.
Utah is cool. I love it here.
And what happened? He was not okay.
It's not. No.
And I'm so glad you know. It's so awesome that you can trust other people because you found people that you just kept trying. It's so intensely neat that you were able to do that with I don't think I'm even being heard very well. It's so cool you have those skills when you learned quite the opposite, but you kept trusting. You're like, it's okay. I'm gonna trust somebody else. And I'm even gonna set rules out there. Like, look, I'm trusting you, but this is my rules. It's amazing you had that. I don't understand how you did that.
I still kind of do. Guys, they're slow. It takes a while.
Yes, I'm fully aware that we're slow.
So I know for a fact, my boyfriend, I can't see. I love him. I want to choke him to death, but I love him. I know he's the guy that I want to set roots with here. He's just right now he has the loading sign on his forehead. So, he's come a long way.
Buffering. It's the spinny little
exactly
Wi-Fi signal thingy.
So that's what's going on right now. We're still working on things. But
I think it's amazing that you found out how to trust somebody. I don't get it, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, he's very. I can trust him, even though he's annoying sometimes. Like, I love him, and he's always there for me when I need him. So.
What do you do for like fun? Like, what's your passion?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a boring person. I don't do anything. I watch like shows on Netflix.
You watch a Lifetime, huh? You're a Lifetime queen.
Lifetime, what's that?
You never seen Lifetime, the show?
And we're old, man.
Lifetime's dope. Yo, shout out Lifetime.
What's
Lifetime and the Home Shopping Network.
Yeah, they're the coolest movies. You've never seen a Lifetime movie? Do yourself a favor.
So Lifetime, they have these like theatrical movies that are like really bad acting, but it's like
they're so good.
Like telenovela, but like I don't know.
How do you you can't explain it. You have to watch one. And they look funny too. Like the visuals of them.
Is it like 90s type?
It's
they're
like dramatic. Like the let's see. If I can make a Lifetime, I'll make a Lifetime movie out of this podcast. Like Junior's the podcast host, and his wife is swindling puppies underneath the garage and like starting her own bakery, but she bought it from drug money that she had.
And it's put together with cheesy like actors and music.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's horrible.
I love them.
No,
I don't know why I love them.
I've never seen that before. I've never even heard of that.
You might have to check out Lifetime.
It's a whole TV network. So it's a Lifetime network. And
it's kind of like a soap opera.
Yeah, it's all it is.
It's like a soap opera, kind of, but they're like movies. Like you gotta watch. They're great. They're great. I love them.
They're good for like Sunday when you're like folding laundry on your bed.
Yeah,
you can just throw it on.
My gosh, yeah, like background noise.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can chime in back. Oh.
What's the last Netflix movie that you watch or thing that you watched on Netflix that you like?
So it's called You. They just came out with a third season.
You've seen it?
Now, what's your story? This is.
I know, that's ironic, huh?
I haven't seen this.
So You, it's a Netflix show. It's about a guy kind of in his thought, like you're hearing his thoughts about his obsession when he sees a girl, just even looks. So he goes kind of stalks her, gets to know her before he actually meets her, so he knows the right things to say.
Oh shit, it's got like 3 seasons type thing.
But it's like a crazy obsession, like murder, mystery, lying.
Ooh, like creepy then? It's like kind of scary?
Yeah.
Like Bateman Motel type shit?
Like this dude has a fatal attraction for a chick, and the chick goes on dates. He's in the friend zone, right? And this dude kills any guy that she ends up with because in his mind, they're not good enough for her.
Or they're in the way and they're causing a problem for him to get to that girl.
It looks wicked cool. It looks fucking really cool.
It's insane.
Is it?
It's awesome.
Dude, I'm going to watch it. I want to see this. That looks cool.
Have you watched Squid Game yet?
Yes.
We tried that. I didn't. God damn it. I couldn't get into it. The schoolyard, the first scene thing where they're in the schoolyard and shit playing the thing. And I don't know.
Because you never played red light, green light as a kid.
That's true.
You were like, but why is the light red?
I'm going to go build the light.
I'm going to build the light.
It took me
Shut
until
up, Dre.
the third episode to get into it.
So I don't have that kind of patience. There you go. Well said. I don't have. You're very well. You speak. Yeah.
But
I don't have that kind of
interesting.
patience.
It was it was interesting, but I didn't get hooked until the third episode because that's
You
when all
have
the good
patience.
stuff started happening.
You have a lot of patience.
Well, I kept seeing stuff all over TikTok, so I was like, might as well watch the
See,
damn thing.
it's in your face. I love it.
Like, might as well.
I wasn't
like
wasn't
that.
into the hype, man. I wasn't into the hype, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna put it on because I finished Dave Chappelle, so I was done with Dave Chappelle, and I was
He's a
just
beast.
kind of going through, and there was nothing to watch, and then it got into Korean, and I was like, man, I was like 3:00 in the morning. I was like,
Subtitles.
it's too late to be reading subtitles.
Is
So-
the whole thing subtitles all the way through?
So you can change it to where it's. I'm okay. Don't focus on the their.
God,
mouths,
that's so
but
hard though. And you have to be, yes, I know. You're like, I focus on it. You know.
I know what you're talking
God
about,
damn
but I just put on with the English, them speaking English. Just don't focus too much on their mouths moving a different direction.
What do you fucking focus on when people talk then?
You focus on the craziness of the whole show itself.
When you so I'm deaf, right? Everybody knows this. When people talk, maybe that's why I hate it. Well said. Again, I think I have a major hearing problem, and I've just found out a couple years ago it's bad. So I think I focus so hardly on people when they talk lips to read their lips. That's probably why it frustrates the shit out of me. I don't know. And I can't read, so I'm not reading the subtitles. I'm like, come on, next.
Oh yeah, well, the subtitles that takes too long. I agree. I'm not gonna do subtitles either.
Are you working on any career or anything like that? Any career plans?
Yeah, so I like skincare stuff. So I'm hoping to go into school to do aesthetics, skincare. That's it. Work from home.
Look us up. We'll put you to work.
For aesthetics?
You come work
Oh,
here.
that's right. Yeah, you just hired a new
Yes, we did.
employee.
Yes, we did.
New Highline.
So you could be
Yeah.
one as well if you'd like. You'd let us know.
I would love to.
Get through it all.
Well, I was in the process of starting, but I was enrolled and accepted as soon as COVID happened. And this is more of like a hands-on learning because you're working on like chemical peels and just everything facial. So they suggested, well, since we're closing the school,
Yeah.
you can do online and book work, but it's not going to be the same as learning it on like an actual person.
Right.
So
It'd been hard for that industry right there for sure.
yeah.
Because you're on
and-
people, you're right in their faces.
Right. And again, COVID happened and I work at Target. So the whole craziness I was having like 12-hour days there every day, sometimes overtime. I worked 14 hours on purpose so I didn't have to work the next day.
Target's open. How long's Target open?
Well, I
14 hours. That's a
No,
lot.
I'd go in at like 4 a.m. No, sorry, I was doing graveyard at the time. So 10 p.m.
'Cause-
and I stayed until like 10 to 10.
Are they open till 24 hours? They're not open 24.
No,
Okay.
but it was during Christmas time, which is happening again. so.
Fucking hype. Like people. Wow.
Yeah.
We went into Target for the first time, I don't know, not too long ago for a long time. Dude, that store's dope. Do you go to Target?
Oh, I love Target, man. They got Starbucks in there.
I feel weird. Like I need to start going there more. It's way cleaner. It's
Wait,
just
which Target are we talking about?
Layton.
Oh God.
Oh God, that's even a bad one.
3rd West,
That's not a good one.
13th South.
Where do I go? Which one should I go to? Because I liked it. It was nice. It was like, damn, this is a really nice Walmart. But it's clean and it looks better. And I don't know, the vibe's different.
I mean, yeah, it's clean, but I used to work at the Layton Target, but now I'm at the Riverdale Target because they just weren't the best to their employees there.
Gotcha.
And
So we'll
not
go
even
to
good.
Riverdale.
Riverdale's cooler.
And I support Target because they're union. It's a union owned thing.
Yeah, they're very supportive with everything and everyone.
That's why, yeah.
Great.
God, we hadn't been there in so long. I don't even know why. It's just not as convenient.
Mhm.
Walmart kills the world with convenience, straight up. They are
Yeah.
everywhere. They saturate. Therefore, they are king, right?
Yeah.
Target is just a little not as accessible, I would say, to where we live is all.
Mhm.
So out of ignorance, we hit the easy.
yeah.
But man, Target's dope. We went there. I was like, shit, this is better stuff. You can tell.
it is cleaner. We
And those
do
prices
have
are lower. They're low
higher
too.
standards with cleanliness. So there's cleaning crews that show up at 4 a.m.
No shit.
Waxing the floors, cleaning, vacuuming.
I don't think the other stores do that at all. I don't know.
There's a whole cleaning crew that comes in.
Yeah.
And I just hear vacuums for hours all day long.
I kind of like Walmart though because like you might get in a fight, you might not.
You might get shot. Yeah.
You might get shot.
It's that whole vibe. When you go into Target, it feels warm. Everything's red. It's bizarre what they did with color. It makes it feel comfortable. It's warm.
Target's a little too safe though. Like I need some adventure in my
That's
life.
what I mean. It's like not Mormon, I shouldn't say that, but you walk in and feel like, God damn, I could just hang my little coat up here and just go walk around.
That's why you end up buying more than what you
go
went
to
in
Walmart.
for.
You're like, all right, bitch. Here we go. Got my knife, got my gun. Here we go. We getting some milk. We're just going right to the milk.
Always tense. Hand on my pistol all the time.
And then back out. Yo, what is he looking at? No, baby, I got you. Get it. You're okay. Get the box of cereal. I got my.
You'd be surprised.
So I like
actually.
that hype. Really?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Fights break out. Cops are there. There was just an ambulance and a cop there the other day because someone I think passed out. Because I work at Riverdale, so they do drugs inside the Target
in the bathroom.
Parking lot. Yeah, so there's actually always cops. There's always something going on at Target too.
It just feels warmer. I don't know why. It feels.
Trivia question.
Yeah.
What's the dog's name?
Bullseye.
I thought it was Spot.
I don't even know actually. I don't know.
Fuck you, answer that. Did you see her answer that though? She executed that.
It's the bullseye.
You
dog.
didn't even fuck. I didn't even know what dog you're talking about. You fucking nailed that, man. I'm like Spudnik.
I'm pretty everyone just calls it the bullseye dog.
Because he has the red thing over his eye. The pat. Yeah, that.
Yeah, bullseye.
Oh shit, you nailed it. Bullseye.
I do know my.
That's animal cruelty. Do not paint an animal's face red. Why do they do that?
No, it's his birthmark. I'm just playing.
It's his target birthmark.
It's like a target. Yeah, it's a target. We're advocating a target on a dog's face.
Did they make you guys get branded? I heard that like in order to be a part of Target, you have to get like a Target tattoo or brand.
No.
Could you imagine?
Holy shit!
The back
An
of her
initiation.
neck.
It's initiation fee. Just the like the lighter in school, the smiley face. You turn the light upside down and you go. Is that as old as time? Did you guys do that stupid shit in school? We did that. That was a thing when I went to school. Everybody did it right here.
The lighter thing?
You've never heard that? The smiley face that a lighter will make when you light a lighter, flip it upside down, it gets hot as hell, and you stick it on your skin and it makes a smiley face.
Well, yeah, because that's the shape of it.
It's not a thing
top.
when you didn't. You guys never did that in school. That was a huge thing in our generation. Everybody did it. It was stupid.
No, my generation
didn't they?
Dumb.
He's nodding yes too. We so did that. It was so weird.
The only way kids burned themselves was heating up their eraser by erasing it really hard and then burning themselves.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Look at that.
No.
Dude, that shit was hype in our day.
I keep doing that. Sorry.
Okay. This shit was popular when we were kids. You did this.
I've never seen that
It's
before.
so fucking dumb.
She's gonna start doing it.
So
I TikTok trend.
No.
She's out of school now. It's not gonna work.
You're gonna start a new TikTok challenge. These kids are gonna start doing it again. Watch.
Kids don't do this.
Don't do it at home.
The whatever the fucking eating the pod things. Don't do what? Make smiley faces. Don't eat pod.
Yo,
things.
if they had a candy like a Tide Pod though, that would be lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Are they? They don't. Does it taste good? You did.
No,
this?
no. I'm just saying though. Like if it was an actual candy, like one side kind of be like sour and the other side like.
Oh, touche.
You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Dope.
Just not taste like. It had to taste like shit. Soapy. Ugh.
What are you guys talking about?
See, we're stupid.
Oh my god.
The Tide Pod thing challenge everybody was doing when they were eating the fucking kids were eating the pod. What are they called?
I only know about the cinnamon challenge.
You're a kid. You don't
remember that shit?
I'm telling you, I'm a boring person. I
You're not
never
boring.
did any of that stuff.
You didn't hear about it though?
We didn't do it either.
See, we're stupid.
Oh.
We just know about it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know about it. I guess.
Well, I did shit like
I just
that.
knew about the cinnamon challenge.
What's the cinnamon challenge?
You get like a spoonful of cinnamon and just take it all in and try to swallow it.
Yeah.
But then people were actually choking. I think one guy had a heart attack.
Oh yeah, cinnamon's brutal. Yeah, the Tide Pod thing. You never heard about this?
No.
This was a huge deal. This was a huge problem.
Unless I
This was like
just don't remember.
almost an epidemic of like people getting sick and.
When was this? What year did this?
Oh, I don't even know. A year ago, maybe. So it's
Yeah,
very.
it's like maybe 18, like right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then kids were. Did you hear about?
They were
Oh,
doing
this is gonna be piss you off.
They were doing it live, eating them on to get attention on their views.
Did you hear about the challenge where they were licking the top of ice creams and putting it back?
No, but I seen Ari do it. I seen Ari do it in that bakery.
Oh my.
Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah,
remember
she
that?
licked that.
That fucking was it a donut or cake? And she got in deep shit for that.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Anybody would pay $1 million for that thing. Why were they mad? Yeah, dude. The challenge was to do this.
I thought it was just to break
Look at this.
it. I didn't know it was to like eat it.
These clinics, look at it. People were getting horribly sick. It was a big fucking deal. It was stupid too. But we just did shit like, cool, dude, do it again.
That's still just as bad though.
So stupid. Oh, yeah. Look at this. They're flying off the shelves. It was a thing.
That's crazy. I had no
Let's start a
about
new
that.
challenge, and let's say, or whatever it is. And if you have ever had any of this horse shit in your life happen to you, like this beautiful young lady has had happen to you, the new challenge is to tell everybody you know about it and tell whoever it is pays for it. And if you're lying, whoever you are, I hope you pay for it. It'll come to you. I don't think people would just start talking like this.
No,
It's ridiculous.
it is.
It needs to be heard and talked about. And even if people are doing it and lying, maybe that's the problem out there. I don't know. It'll come out. That'll show somewhere.
Yep.
Right? I mean, if it's really happening, say it. Be open and vulnerable about it.
It very much needs to be heard one way or another. If it's family or not, don't do what I did. Don't feel like you're going to be disrespectful. You need to be heard. It needs to be
I read a
said.
thing before this that said 1 in 7 children are molested by a family member by the time they're in their double-digit age, 10. 1 in 7. Look around. You look next to you, and how many kids are next to you? 1 in 7 of those people, if you're in school, say, if you're in elementary, and you're a teacher in elementary school, 1 in 7 of them children in that classroom are having something happen to them by a direct family member.
Yep. It's insane.
Kids talk. I know that kids aren't going to hear this, but I hope it's something that just gets out there. We need to talk about this and heighten awareness to it.
Yep.
So even if you don't want to ever go after anything, which I applaud you for doing that, it's fine. It's whatever your decision is so cool, whatever it may be. I just want it to be heard. I think that's important. And then it can shake out however it shakes out, as long as it's heard.
Yeah. It
And it's okay to
needs
talk.
to be heard in one way or another. And it needs to be said whether it's believed or not.
And if there's awareness out there, these psycho, sick, disgusting humans will hopefully stop. It'll make them know that someone's going to say something because it's happening because nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
If they knew they were going to get caught, if there's a cop around the corner, you're not going to rob the bank. Kind of an idea, right? If people are talking, it'll stop. You're going to get caught, man. It's got to knock it down. It's definitely got to help if people talk and people know they're going to talk.
It's sad
God damn.
the
But to be
amount of people
manipulated.
that don't say anything.
But you're told if you say anything, you're going to... So, right, you were told this. If you talk, this or this or this will happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, so what do they do there? There's no fix to it, right?
No.
Oh, Jesus. I applaud you for being
Gross.
such a
It's
brave
disgusting.
person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you're like giggling and you're still happy. And I thought you would cry and this would be sad. And you went through it and you're so tough. It's cool.
I look cute.
You do look cute.
I'm not trying to ruin that.
Bravo. I love it. I love it. Look,
I'm
I
just
do.
kidding.
Don't be kidding. You're very honest. That's cool. I hope you feel better. I do. I hope it just makes you glow inside to know that you've done this.
I feel amazing. I
Bet.
really do.
Good. Well, I
heard.
applaud everything about what you've done. I think it's awesome. I think it's disgusting that those people are walking. I really do. But it's so cool that you were able to say what you've said.
It's coming to them.
Who knows what's going to happen now? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if it's
But-
on my own hands or not. Who knows?
Well,
Like
now
at
it's
my
out
own
there.
hands, meaning, I want to be the one responsible to make you pay, or have you know that I know, because even since that phone call, I haven't heard anything. I don't think anything has been said to him or either of them.
Mm.
So this is going to be my way of like, I know what you did to me and I want you to know that I know. And I just talked about you to everyone.
I think you should be in
So-
prison. That's what I think.
I think so too. Because who knows if I'm the
And
only
if
one
I-
or not.
If I keep saying that, I don't even, there's no ifs. That's horrible. This is just a bad deal for sure. And I don't care. I know that the ball's now rolling, and wherever it rolls, I'm happy with it. I'm just happy that you're okay. And I'm so glad. And I hope you know you are loved. And there's people that would do anything for you. I know you know that.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard that you do know that. It blows my mind you have that you understand that there are people that will help you. It's cool.
I do have a great support system.
That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you're heard for sure.
Thank you.
So I hope this will help multiple people. I really do.
And please feel like you're heard. Even if you don't feel like you're heard, make yourself heard. Make yourself even louder in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, you got to be aggressive, got to be blunt and honest.
Well, we're gonna start you're gonna start a podcast, and you're gonna be the reason they're gonna come to you and call you, and that's what I say.
That would be an amazing opportunity.
Boom.
One day.
It's there. It's already there. You could do it if you wanted to. You say the word, we'll talk. But that would be cool. I think it's good to do this. I really think it happens a lot more than people know. It never happened to me that I'm aware of. I'm certain I would know by now. I don't know. Maybe people block shit out, but I did. I heard 1 in 7.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look in your classroom and be like, what?
Yeah.
There's like 8 kids in there. Ish, with a statistic of it being that have had that what? Nobody knows? Oh my God, this is wrong. This is not good.
Because it's never been talked about. It just, even going to cops, it didn't work for me.
Right.
So I'm like, if other people feel that way because it hasn't worked out for them, why even say anything at all? Which is the mindset that I was in.
And then that's why it keeps happening.
Yeah. Because even
these guys know, say it's guys, no, it's okay. Nobody's going to say anything.
Yeah.
The fuck you. We're going to say something. I'm here. I'm going to say something. My daughter is psycho for this stuff. Like, she gets on the hunt. She's directly responsible for things happening to people getting in trouble, paying for what they've done. She's she's that girl. You should get with her and build an empire of this, because she's a screamer for this. I'm so proud of her for that. She's very loud. She's heard. She ain't scared to say, look, we're fucking going after X, Y, and Z. This is the name. Like, she's that, right?
I know.
Which is scary.
She had a very positive attitude about the negative,
Yeah.
about going after it.
Yes.
In a positive way.
Yes.
And I really respected that. It made me feel better to even talk about it too with her.
Good.
So.
Well, I'm glad. I hope this little team has helped this push this in some way and make it
so much
something better than what it was. Maybe
I never expected that me getting a tattoo would turn into this too. Like, it's amazing. Magical things go on upstairs, guys.
Thank you.
Go get something done.
Come over and
magical things happen.
make an appointment at Highline and see what may happen. You never know.
See the magic.
Yes, it is magic.
And down here too, it's a vibe.
It is a vibe. You can feel it?
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk about what that is on the next show. What you got?
One thing that really stood out to me, and this is my last thing for you, is the way that your friends had your back. You know, when you were like, nah, like, I don't want to go to the police kind of thing. And they kind of, they tricked you, right? I thought that was dope. In my experience, in my generation, things like these it wasn't talked about. Like, it was very much that old mentality of like, you were wrong if you were accused of that. Not the person that did it, but the victim, you know what I mean? Victim's even a word, you know what I mean? So I thought that was really dope of your friends to be like, we support you, we got you, let's do this.
And you're 100% correct. Our age, our era, you didn't talk, period, about anything. We did not talk. Our era didn't talk. We just didn't. We didn't say shit like that. Yeah. We were in fear always of, I would say more so now, you younger people are going to change this world. I know it. I can feel it. You guys talk. Look at my daughter. Holy Christ.
Yeah.
She is not afraid. And it is, I love that. I empower her to be who you are.
See, that's why I felt so comfortable to talk to you.
Cool.
Because you're so empowering about everyone and everything.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you doing that. And I think it's okay to just be who you are, man. And I don't know where I got it, because it's not that I was beat down and don't say anything like that. I wasn't raised that way, but we were just raised a little quieter. We just didn't talk much about personal things at all.
Right.
And your era is starting to do that. Your generation, I mean, whatever that may be, you guys are talking and making, a lot of this shit's coming out now, and it's not okay. And it's like, it's going to change the dynamic of how people are. Some of this shit may stop. I don't ever stop, but I think it's going to put it a little lower. It's going to lower it. It's like we're legalizing drugs kind of idea, right? There's a big shift here of like, listen, we're talking now. Back in the day, we didn't say much, man. We just didn't. It was different, man. It's cool.
And it's awesome that you're able to do this now. And going back to what you said earlier, the reason my friends were steering me into that direction is because one of our friends' sister was also molested and raped by the same guy that I was hurt by. So it, in a way, would have helped her as well with my experience. So that's why they were supportive and tricked me to do that, which was good because she was in a mental hospital going through that with him. So it was going to also help her in a way with my story. Your
friends tricking you into going, oh, that's me, and the same thing of being angry, like, let's get this son of a bitch. Like, that's the same thing I'm doing. Instead of tricking, I'm going at it, right? There's no right, wrong way to do it. We got to talk, man. We got to get this out there.
I needed to be tricked, though, and I'm grateful that they did that.
Yes.
I'm very grateful that they helped me be heard. Even if it didn't work out, they supported that and wanted me to be heard.
And at least talking is helping, and it's helping you heal even more and be more open.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. So I did have a great support system, and I did feel protected.
Which is why you
just not by... maybe not the people I'm supposed to feel protected by in family.
It's cool that you were able to do that. It's very interesting that you're able to make that happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Without the proper building blocks at such a young age, being so brutally, not brutal, being taken, just that happening. That's easily could rewire a human being right then and there. To not trust another single heartbeat on this earth. Mm-hmm. Like, but you do, and you did, and you got through it, and I applaud you. You're a very strong person.
Thank you.
That's why when I heard this, I'm like, man, I was so scared to ask. I was like, not scared, but I didn't want you to, I was hoping it would be angled in the right way of, I think you need to talk about this, Mary. I really think you need to say something about this.
No, I'm
and you're
so
like,
glad
I will do it. And I'm like, are you serious?
I'm so happy that you did. Good, I've been so anxious, but like in a good way. Anxious, excited.
Good.
Anxious.
Well, I'm glad you did it, and I'm glad you come on and you've done both shows, and I hope this starts something going for you and a big movement of some kind.
I hope so. I hope something happens.
You could lead it. So
I'm going to. I'm taking charge now.
If you want to lead it, I think you could be this catalyst for other people, like my beautiful daughter's doing.
Yeah.
You could do the same thing to be heard for your specific thing.
And for your future granddaughter as well.
Absolutely.
Even more of a reason.
Yes.
Which is why I praise Serena for doing what she's doing.
Dude, she's a tough girl.
She's doing amazing. She's going to be an amazing mom.
She is. How big was her belly when you seen her?
Gosh, I don't know.
God, you want to see it now.
Yeah.
She's ready.
It was a little bit smaller.
She's ready.
She was still pretty big, but it's just a little smaller.
She's ready.
Yeah, she's ready to come
Are you excited to be a mom someday? Maybe not. No.
It scares me.
It's scary.
It scares me, but yes, one day.
You'd be a great mom.
One day, like years from now, I'm still a kid.
You are still a kid. And you're a great kid.
Thank you.
What I know of you is awesome.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that, I guess you've been here forever anyway, so I'm glad to have known you for that long.
Me too. I know. It's good to be an OG.
It is, yes. In the basement. If you're a basement guy, you're OG as it gets.
Oh, yeah. Got my first tattoo there, too.
That's so awesome. What else you got? Do you want anybody to come find you, follow you, talk to you, scream at you? Do you want to do some of that? Do you want to hand out your Instagram type thing or any of them handles where people can reach out to you and be heard? Or do you want to start that at a later time? Any of that kind of stuff? Do you want anybody to come follow you from this?
You know, if you would like to, you can. If you need to talk about it and someone who can relate.
Would that be something you would be interested in doing?
That would be awesome, yeah.
Then let's give out your social. What is it?
It's...
if you want to.
For Instagram, it's... I don't even know, actually.
I don't know mine either. Other than it's Highline Tattoo.
I know it's my name. I just don't know in what way.
You should, yeah, I think.
Okay, so it's Maribelle Moreno _.
How do you spell it?
MARIBELLEMORENO _.
Damn.
That's it.
That's it. It's just little.
It's just my whole name, yeah.
I think you might be surprised what happens with this. I hope.
I hope so.
I hope people reach out to you. I hope they flood you.
Thank you.
I really do. And I hope that you can work this out. I think it'd be cool. And we could help if you need it. Let me know.
Thank you.
But thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate
and
you.
sharing this because I think it needs to be heard for sure.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you're so welcome. And if this is happening to you guys, reach out. It doesn't, not to her, not to anybody, somebody.
Anybody.
Talk to somebody. Just talk. Don't be quiet about it. It's not okay.
Make yourself heard.
Yes.
Yep.
We made it through that. How'd we do? That's a good one.
I thought we did good.
Did you have fun?
So much fun.
Do you feel lighter?
I feel better.
Good.
Lighter. Yeah.
Better's good.
My nerves are calm. I'm good.
I love it. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Everybody, thanks for checking out the show. Remember, you can talk to anybody. Just talk, and we're only here for a little minute, so let's do it right?
Yeah. Remember, as they say back in the day, YOLO.
YOLO. I like YOLO. Remember, there's only one thing that matters in this life. Time, and it's what you do with your own life. Be good to everybody. Thank you.